Welcome back to the virtual tutor. Look at these sentences. I eat breakfast. I am eating breakfast. I have eaten breakfast. I have been eating breakfast. Confused? Don't worry. All these sentences are correct, but they are the four different forms of the present tense. In our previous classes, we learned about the simple present tense, simple past tense, and simple future tense. If you have not watched those videos yet, you can watch them in the playlist linked in the description. Today, we are going to learn the four forms of present tense in a very easy way. By the end of this lesson, you will clearly understand when and how to use each one of them. So, let's get started. First, let's look at the simple present tense. We use simple present tense to talk about habits, facts, and routines. And what is the structure of simple present tense? You have already learned it in the previous video. Subject plus base form of the verb. And if the subject is he, she, or it, we need to add yes or es to the base form of the verb. Now, let's understand each use one by one. First is habits. Habits is something you do regularly or repeatedly. For example, my brother always forgets his keys at home. So, it is happening regularly. Another example, he smokes even though he knows it is bad for him. So both these actions happen again and again, so they are habits. Then we use the simple present tense. The next is routines. Routines are something you do regularly at a particular time or according to a schedule. Actually, routines are similar to habits, but the only thing is that they follow a specific time or pattern, like a schedule. For example, your morning routine, your school timing, your work schedule. For example, I go to the gym every Monday and Friday. She leaves for work at 9 a.m. The school starts at 8:30 a.m. So here the specific time, the time expressions like Monday and Friday, 9 a.m., 8:30 a.m. These are the specific time patterns. So whenever we talk about routines or scheduled activities, we use the simple present tense. Next is facts. Facts are the general truths that don't change, they do not change, they're always true. For example, the sun rises in the east, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius, birds fly. All these are the general truths. So that is where we use a simple present tense. So simple present tense is used for habits, for routines, and for facts. Habits are something that do regularly, routines are something we do regularly at a particular time, and facts are something we do, the general truths that do not change. Now let's move on to the present continuous tense. Present continuous tense is used in three situations: actions happening right now, temporary situations, and future arrangements. Let's understand each one by one. So before that, let's go to the structure of the present continuous tense. Structure is subject plus am, is, are plus verb plus ing. That is verb in its ing form. If it is play, it will be playing, cooking, writing, reading. Okay. And when to use which one? With, if I is a subject, you use am. He, she, it, we use is. You, they, were, we use are. So this is the structure of the present continuous tense. Now let's see its use one by one. For the actions happening right now, that means we use the present continuous tense for actions that are happening at the exact moment of speaking. For example, I am recording this video right now. You're watching this lesson at the moment. My mother is cooking in the kitchen. Look, it's raining outside. So these actions are happening now as we speak. then we use the present continuous tense. Next, for temporary situations. For temporary situations means what? We use the present continuous tense for situations that are not permanent, that they are happening only for a short period of time. Only for a short period of time. Let me give you some examples. I'm staying with my cousin for a few days. So I'm staying with my cousin only for a few days, not forever. It is happening only for a short period of time. She is learning French this month. That is, it is clear that she's not going to learn French forever. She's going to learn French only for this month. He is working from home this week. He usually goes to office, but this week he's working from home. We are using a rental car until ours get repaired. Only for a short period this action is happening. So it will not continue forever. Then also we use the present continuous tense. Then the third case is future arrangements. Present continuous tense can also be used for planned future arrangements. That is, the action has not happened yet, but it is already planned. It will be happening in the near future, in the recent future, but it has not happened yet. Let me give you some example. I am meeting my friend tomorrow. It is already planned, but it has not happened. Another example. They are flying to Dubai next week. It's already planned. We are visiting our grandparents this weekend. So these actions have not happened yet, but they are already planned. So remember, present continuous tense can be used for actions happening right now, temporary situations, and future arrangements. But most commonly, we hear the present continuous tense. Think of an action that is happening now. If it is happening now, it is the present continuous tense. Now let's move on to the present perfect tense. We use present perfect tense when an action happened in the past, but its result or effect is connected to the present. Result or effect is connected to the present, but the action happened in the past. Okay, let's look at the structure. Structure is subject plus has or have plus the past participle. That is the third form of the verb, V3. And always remember, use has with he, she, it, and have with I, we, you, and they. Now, you may be wondering, what is this past participle or V3 form of a verb? For example, go, went, gone. Eat, ate, eaten. Write, wrote, written. Here, gone, eaten, written are the V3 forms of the verb. To make it easier for you, I have prepared a list of useful verbs along with their V2 and V3 forms. You can find the link in the description and use it for practice. Now, generally, we use this tense in two situations. One is recent actions whose effect is still seen in the present. The second is for life experiences where the exact time is not mentioned. Now let's look at some examples of the present perfect tense one by one. I have finished my homework. This means my homework is done. I may have started doing my homework in the past and have just completed now. But the effect of that action is still there in the present because I'm free now. So this is a recent action whose effect is still seen in the present. Similarly, if I say she has just left the office, this is also a recent action. The effect is that she's not here now. Okay. So these are the recent actions whose effect is still seen in the present. The next case is life experiences where the exact time is not mentioned. For example, we have visited Goa twice. Here I'm talking about a life experience. Notice that I have not mentioned the a specific time. A specific time is not mentioned here. It could have happened at any time in the past. There also we use the present perfect. They have never tried noodles. This is also a life experience. It tells us that they have never had that experience. Okay. Now, let's look at some common time words used in the present perfect tense. The common time words are just, already, yet, ever, never. Some examples: have just eaten dinner. So when you find such time words here, you can understand that the present perfect tense has to be used. He has already called the police. Have you ever been to Goa? Notice that we do not mention a specific time such as yesterday, last week, or last year when using these examples. Okay, so you can, in a simple way, you can remember that recent action plus present effect, or life experience plus no specific time, we need to use the present perfect tense. In these two scenarios, we need to use the present perfect tense. Completed action plus present result is the present perfect tense. Now let's move on to the present perfect continuous tense. This tense is used when an action started in the past and is still continuing, or when the effect of that action is still visible in the present. Okay, so the action has started in the past and is still continuing, or when the effect of that action is visible in the present. So here the focus is on the duration of an action. Okay, now let's see the structure of the present perfect continuous tense. It is subject plus has or have plus been plus verb in its ing form. Here also similar to the present perfect tense, has is used with he, she, it, and have is used with I, we, you, and they. Let us take some examples. I have been studying since morning. I have been studying since morning. So what does it mean? The action started in the past and it's still continuing. I'm still studying now. I've started studying in the past and I'm still studying now. Next, they have been waiting for an hour. They started waiting earlier and they're still waiting now. Next example I can give: he has been crying all day. Here, maybe he's not crying at this moment, but the effect of that action is still visible. Maybe his eyes are red. Okay, so he's not crying at the moment, he has started crying earlier, but the effect of that action is visible now. There also we use the present perfect continuous tense. Okay, you need to notice something is, in the present perfect continuous tense, we often focus on the duration of the action. In other words, we want to show how long the action has been happening. That is why we use these two time words, since and for. Since we use to show the starting point of time, and for is used for showing the duration of time. For example, I have been reading since 8 o'clock. So it shows the starting point of time. From when did I start reading? Next, I have been reading for 2 hours. It shows the duration of time. She has been working since morning. They have been waiting for an hour. So, in all these examples, the focus is not just on the action, but it is also on how long the action has been continuing. So, whenever we want to focus on the duration of an action, we use the simple present continuous tense. Started in the past. So in short, I can say it present perfect continuous tense is something which started in the past, still continuing in the present, plus duration. If this is the format of your action, then you need to use the present perfect continuous tense. Now let's remember a small difference between the present perfect and the present perfect continuous tense. In the present perfect tense, the focus is on the result of the action, whereas in the present perfect continuous tense, the focus is on the duration of the action. Let us learn it with examples. For the present perfect tense, I have painted the wall. So, what it means? The wall is painted. The action is completed, the wall is painted. That it focuses on the result. Now, when it comes to present perfect continuous, I can write the sentence I have been painting the wall for 2 hours. Here, the focus is on the duration. We are talking about how long the action has been happening. Both the places, the verb, the action is the same. But here, the focus is on the result. Here, the focus is on the duration of the action. Okay. So just remember, present perfect is a result, present perfect continuous is the duration. Now that we have learned all the 4 forms of the present tense, let us compare them side by side. Let us take the example of the verb eat. Okay. Eat in its simple present, I eat. Present continuous, I am eating. Present perfect, I have eaten. Present perfect continuous, I have been eating for 20 minutes. So let's take a quick recap on how we got that. So simple present I eat means it is a habit or a routine. Present continuous tense I am eating means the action is happening right now. Present perfect I have eaten. The action is completed and the result is I'm no longer hungry. So the result is seen here. So that is a present perfect tense. Next, the present perfect continuous. I have been eating for 20 minutes. Here also the action started in the past. It is still continuing and even the duration is also mentioned. The focus is on duration. I have been eating for 20 minutes. Okay, so notice the difference between the 4 forms of the present tense. Let us take another example of play with the verb play. I play cricket every Saturday. It is a routine, it's a habit. I am playing cricket now. It is happening now. I have played football many times. The result, you know to play football because you have played football many times, you know how to play football. Next, I have been playing football since morning. It is showing the time duration. Since morning I have been playing the football. So can you see how the meaning changes even though the verb is the same? Play is the verb. The verb remains the same, but how the meaning changes in the 4 forms of the present tense. I hope the 4 forms of present tense are clear now. Step by step, we are building a strong foundation in English grammar. Keep following the series. In the upcoming classes, we will explore more tenses, sentence patterns, and grammar concepts in a simple and easy to understand way. So keep learning and practicing. If you found this lesson helpful, don't forget to learn, share, and subscribe to the virtual tutor. If you have any doubts in English grammar or mathematics, feel free to ask in the comment section. Thank you for watching and see you in the next class.